My name is Jake. I'm an ordinary student who wants to move out from his parents and earn some money. I study at an ordinary university in the most common specialty of financier, in short, which I could safely drive. The job consisted of just working as a security guard in some kind of children's indoor park where pizza was sold. As mentioned, to protect technical equipment from hooligans and vandals, some of them are mechatronics and ordinary robots. The other day, I heard there was a tragedy. Some kind of mechatronics malfunctioned and severely injured one boy, who later died in the hospital. Because of this, the pizzeria has closed and they are looking for a candidate for the position of security guard, where they paid $500 for one working day. This is a very attractive job that I immediately liked. I consulted with my parents and they supported me, which gave me even more motivation to work there. I emailed the job manager and received an instant reply that I could start working in 2 days. They gave me the address of the pizzeria and told me that I needed to bring a flashlight with me because it was not provided by the company. I thought it was funny, they pay a lot of money, but they can't provide a regular flashlight. Well, I'll pay for this flashlight on the first day of work. I sent them my banking details, signed all the documents online, and was ready to leave for my first day at work. The shift lasted from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. 1 day later, I'm already standing at the entrance to the pizzeria. It's completely dark. Only one flashlight is on at the entrance, as if telling me that there is an entrance and I need to go there. There is a light, cool breeze. I entered the building. I realized why I needed a flashlight. There was no electricity in the building, so as soon as I entered, I immediately turned it on. The first thing I saw were scattered empty pizza boxes, a lot of dust, and posters with advertisements. In the corner of a large room, I saw a scene where 3 large robots are standing. They instantly made you feel a slight fear from their appearance. The hair, which has no jaw and one eye, was itself painted blue. The bear with the big nose stood in the center, and the bird with the massive beak covered their triad. All the way to my guard room, I looked at them, afraid that they might move, but they were disconnected from the electricity, which gave me confidence that everything would be fine. I sat down at my desk, turned on the cameras and waited. I understand that there will be no vandals or thieves here. The place is located on the outskirts of the city. No one walks nearby. It's completely dark and quiet. I can only hear the work of the fan, which saved me from the endless silence. An hour passes, 2, 3. I got bored and decided to walk around the entire pizzeria area. There were quite a lot of rooms where children used to celebrate their birthdays. But now it all looks very old and shabby. The tables are dirty, and garbage is scattered. I'm not going to clean it up. That's not what I get paid for. When I returned to my workplace, I just fell asleep. I woke up to an alarm clock that went off at exactly 6 a.m. I went home as if nothing had happened, reported to my boss that everything was fine, and received a bonus for my first day at work. I think to myself, I fell asleep on my first day at work, and no one will know if I slept or not. I was overwhelmed with emotions. What an easy job. I can already imagine how I saved up enough money and bought my dream a new car. In the morning I went to the couples, and at night I find myself again at this terrible, abandoned place. Just like on the first working day, I looked through the entire territory. Everything is the same as on the first day. The robots are in place. The garbage is in place. Nothing has changed. I went to my workplace, turned on the cameras and started working. Nothing happens, only darkness and emptiness filled the pizzeria. After a while, I looked at the cameras again, namely at the eyes of these 3 robots. They were looking directly into the camera, and then something in my heart started pounding, and I felt a strong fear, because I don't remember the eyes of these ugly mechatronics looking directly into the camera. It felt like they were looking at me and waiting for me to come up to them. Fear took over me and I just locked myself in my office, constantly looking at the camera. I was hoping that on my first day at work, I just didn't notice that their gaze was looking straight at the camera, although how could I not notice that? That day, I constantly heard some kind of rustling, as if something was crawling along the wall, very slowly, very slowly, stopping for a couple of minutes. It was cold, so I was sitting in my jacket, but I was still shivering either from the cold or from fear. So my second working day has come to an end. I quickly left the pizzeria and decided not to go to Couples, but just to sleep to calm down from what was happening. The next day, I doubted the need to go there, but crediting the new $500 to the card made me come back. I told myself that this would be my last day of work there, and then I would write to the manager that I was quitting. What kind of mistake is this? A couple of hours later, I'm standing at the entrance again. I quickly go to my office, turn on the cameras and see those eyes again. Again they are looking at the camera. Then I had the courage. I considered myself omnipotent. I had the idea to approach the robots and turn their eyes with my hands so that they would not look at the camera, as if they were looking at me. Gathering all my strength into a fist, taking all my courage that was left, I decided on this venture. I slowly approached Bonnie the hare first, climbing onto the stage. I stretched my arms to fix my eyes. It was hard, but I managed, followed by the bird Chica, and then the bear Freddy. Something is not going according to plan at the latest mechatronics. His eyes can't turn. It's like they've been glued on. What a mistake I made. His eyes turned sharply in my direction. Fear enveloped me and I couldn't move. Freddy took my hand and threw me to the side. I couldn't believe how it happened. I just couldn't. Out of self-preservation, I got up and decided to run away. But then Bonnie and Chica blocked the way to the exit. I can hear their mechanical scream. It was deafening and very loud. I knew that if I didn't do something now, I would just die. I knew that the pizzeria had a back door where the staff went out to get some fresh air. That's where I ran, hearing massive and loud footsteps coming from behind me. I ran as hard as I could. Why are the black exits so far away? A minute later, I almost reached the exit. There was a large, long corridor that was not illuminated in any way. Here it is, the path to freedom. But when I looked closer, I noticed two flashlights that were very similar to those installed in other mechatronics. Then it dawned on me that there was a mechanical fox named Foxy standing there. She jumped on me, but I dodged and successfully ran out into the street, got into my car and promised myself that I would never return there again. Let others work there. My life is more precious to me.